I'm rolling, Elise, so whenever you're ready.
Okay. So basically, the pitch is to come up with an idea for a film for Fat Dog Film and Media, as at the moment there doesn't seem to be any sort of main showreel or film on the website. So I've got two cases here. This goes through the research area and then into the idea of the video. So at the start it's just me basically laying out exactly what I aim to do, researching companies in the immediate area, as obviously they're the main people who are against this company, and then it goes into the research that I did on them, and then the research from that's helped me come up with an idea for the video. So the main companies that I looked at, most of them all have showreels, so this would be companies like Jack and B, Arc Media, Abisco, and then there are other large companies, but obviously they're quite different from Fat Dog, as they're a lot bigger than Fat Dog Film Media. So basically the idea that I came up with would be to do your atypical showreel showing the best sort of footage that we've got from the past few years. But obviously I like the idea of maybe giving more of a personality to the video and more sort of a quirky kind of idea, because a lot of the footage that Fat Dog's got is agricultural and engineering, and to sort of get across that more quirky idea would be to show the personality of Fat Dog. So the idea I've come up with, if you flip to, there's a couple of pages forward, past research part 2, it should be the first draft. It's quite far into the document actually. I've come up with a hybrid theory. So basically what it is it's a very typical showreel, and then it will cut away to a day in the life / behind the scenes of Fat Dog Film and Media, and that will go in sort of your morning to your evening. So opening the office and then showing through how you would produce a video. So the start of it would be sort of coming up with the ideas, the brief, to go into shooting, to editing, and then all the post-production. Go forward and then there is a storyboard as well, so there's a very brief storyboard here. And this storyboard, like I said, is very brief. It's got a lot of room for if you wanted to tweak it, put in more behind the scenes or maybe less behind the scenes footage and more showreel footage. Obviously with this...
Sorry.
That's okay. Obviously with this, all of the showreel footage can be moved around, obviously depending on what you want to show or who you want to show, what you can show, because obviously I know some clients might not want you to use their footage. And I think I did have another point for that. Yeah, basically it's got a lot of room for improvement. The other idea I had as well, obviously, because social media's become such a big thing recently, the showreel, you could have your main video, which would be about 2 to 3 minutes long, and then a social media video which could be about 30 seconds to a minute long, depending on what you wanted, because obviously research shows that people lose interest in videos that are too long on social media. If you just go to the last document in that large document, there's a more in-depth showreel with images, and yeah, that one.
Okay.
So basically that is the outline and just a brief summary of what the video would be.
So when you say behind the scenes footage, you said day in the life do you mean documentary? Do you mean how do you say it?
No, it won't have any voiceover or anything like that. It will just be shots of the company to show the personality and who's working there, because I feel that if the client can see who's working on the video, it allows them to visualise that company and allows them to see what the company can provide. So it's not just, here's some footage that we've shot, it's just showing a slightly nicer side and a more human side to the company.
And when you said you did some of your research, did some of the other competitors, did they do that, or was that more standard showreel? Or
only one of them I saw did the behind the scenes footage, and it was a company called Abisco Media, and their actual entire showreel was just that behind them, showing them meeting with clients, doing a bit of shooting, editing. That was the only company that I saw did it, so I thought it would sort of differentiate us from the other companies, because most of them all just did show reels.
Would you fake it here? Or would you, like, they might be behind the scenes, but would they be very much set up? Because you've written actual shots here, haven't you?
Oh yeah, so it would
So
sort of
if,
be...
you know, somebody walking in, having a cup of tea, having a laugh, is that totally faked? Or would you
It would
just...
be based on the normal everyday events, but obviously it would look a lot more professional if the shots were known, if you knew what you wanted, you were set out to film.
And then that's intercut with footage that they've actually done?
Yeah.
Would you have any text over the top of it?
So it is a possibility that for each shot shown you would put a caption of what the video was for them, for example. So if the client wanted to find that video, they could find it on YouTube or something like that for them to then go and find. But that's a possibility depending on whether the client wants titles on the shots, basically.
Okay. What's the message, the main message from the show? What once I've watched it, potential customers watched it, what's the feeling that you want from that person, and how will you get that across?
I want it to have a professional feeling to it, but not an entirely corporate feeling to it. I don't want it to feel like it's just too much of a quirky company, but I want it to have that friendly, approachable feeling to it, but also to have that really nice professional edge to it, so that they can see the kind of work that you produce.
Okay. Mike?
I like the idea. I think it's sort of nice to have something other than just a whole load of images that we've shot, and sort of giving the company a bit of personality and just allowing people to see what happens. And I think, setting this up is quite straightforward to sort of get meetings. We can drag a few people in to sort of, to set something up to sort of make it look sort of like an interesting.
To be honest, I think because the show with footage, most of it's been shot already, and then the other footage could take a day or two of shooting.
Well, yes,
it'd be quite an easy video to sort of film and get out in quite a quick time.
Yeah, and then we can use the footage we've got and somehow maybe tie that in with some of the bits.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few ways we could do that actually.
I think it'd be nice if it had sort of text about the values of the company over the top.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not my company, just something that's, 2 or 3 words over the top that kind of say something about Fat Dog, maybe the values that you have and that kind of thing.
Well, one of the companies that I looked at, they, instead of doing film testimonials, they did testimonials in just small little quotes as captions. And that was just a nice way of getting across, like a really quick way of how people think their company did and what were the good things about it. But the values would work as well, saying just quick quotes of what the company values the most and things like that.
How easy would it be to get video testimonials?
It wouldn't be. It'd be setting up the time with the clients, and obviously they're all quite far away and things like that. It'd be quite difficult trying to plan that in a short amount of time.
Yeah. But something you could do maybe
in
the future, couldn't you, when you're next visiting? Okay. Right, I'll just stop it there. Just 1 second.